In my humble opinion, every country should be doing this. And for those American diplomats or bureaucrats or any rats and ats that say it's not safe for these countries to have powerful weapons and strong military capabilities, to those diplomats, I say that you are all hypocrites. And if anyone has shown ill manners of having an unrestrained arsenal or military, it's you. You are hypocrites, bullies, and downright out of your minds. Now back to this military buildup of Burkina Faso. To you, we say congratulations and continue on this journey without the noise of the West or any flossy-nossy and hilly-pillification from the news media that manages to get through to your neck of the woods. Even though I know you don't allow much. The world is actually on your side despite what the weaponized far-left mainstream media wants to regulate and regurgitate in their green screen fairy tales of world events. They do that, you know. Traore and his staff are showing great fortitude with precise visions and goals to empower their land and people to receive a higher yield for their resources. Nice job. They're getting tractors, and that's money, honey. They are making allies and getting weapons, and that's safety, baby. And when you secure a region, you end up getting more money coming in from all directions because you're a safe territory, and globally, investors start taking you serious. And in all that Burkina Faso has done, they're getting respect for the first time that I can remember. Meeting made possible by like-mindedness and family traditions and mutual respect.
Staying with Putin and his campaign to make further inroads in Western Africa, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov has pledged more support to the military junta in Burkina Faso. Now, Moscow says it remains fully committed in supporting Burkina Faso fight militant groups. Now, Russia says it will also engage with the West African nation for bilateral cooperation and development. Moscow will deploy more military personnel and instructors in Burkina Faso, and Lavrov says that the size of the deployment will only increase with time.
What say you, Africa? What say you, America? What say you, India, China, Russia, and everyone else within the sound of my voice? Let your thoughts and voices be heard in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and share this message, and join the discussion and dialogue of the new African revolution that is fast-tracking towards a change of identity, both socially and economically, in that country and throughout the continent of Africa. You show me a country without capabilities to safeguard their citizens, and you're more than likely to see a land where the people are being invaded by outside sources. Why? Well, because it's land. God doesn't make it anymore down here, you know? So countries without militaries are mistreated, devalued, and shrunken down to the last cubic foot. Vanished, never to be seen, or even found in half of a sentence of a history book. You've heard the saying, if a tree falls in the forest and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Well, that proverb should be revamped and remessaged to the world and go like this. If a country falls and no one is around to put you on YouTube or social media, does it make a sound? And that's what we do here. We make that sound because the mainstream media hides what they don't want you to know if it affects or could negatively impact, openly display, or thwart their hidden agenda of forming a unipolar, one world order, one world power. Which is why it brings such inner joy and good vibes down deep inside our souls when we see a country that was going backwards rise up and take its rightful God-given place on this earth. So grab a drink and let's see what all this hype in Burkina Faso is about. It's pretty good stuff. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, looking at Burkina Faso military that Russia has just sent over there. They are locked and loaded with weapons to start finally defeating the terrorists that are coming into their land. The West and France haven't been able to keep the terrorists at bay. So now Ibrahim Traore and his military are going with Russia. And Russia, in turn, is responding in spades. Look at the weaponry. Look at the machinery that they're getting. And Ibrahim Traore, the new Burkina Faso leader who had taken over Burkina Faso in way of a coup, guys, we are not seeing a coup here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what a beneficial revolution looks like. I know a coup only sounds good when the West does it. You know, I mean, that's their gig. That's their thing that they normally do. But look at the machinery that Burkina Faso has gotten in, ready to till the ground, pull those resources out. So I just want to take my hat off to the Burkina Faso and to those people in Africa, such as Museveni and the East Africans, that are actually building a one army to defend against terrorists, to build up their land, build up their people, and keep the greedy parasites away. So this is amazing, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you think. I think that we're going to be looking in the future at this, or in the future, we're going to be looking back at this, and we're going to be saying, yes, that was the moment in time. That was the moment we all took, and we defied 500 years against all odds. We defied 500 or so years, thousands of years of the odds stacked against us. And we went against the grain, and we took matters into our own hands. We didn't care what anybody said. We were going to do what was best for this continent. And now we're seeing it, ladies and gentlemen. What you're seeing there is history. History. Your history. The history of the world. The seed that was planted to grow into this manifested prosperity of a nation that has all the wealth underneath their feet. And they haven't abused it and used it up to where somebody else gets the money. They have kept it aside. God, nothing is impossible for those who believe. We saw the West come in. Ladies and gentlemen, we saw it play out. The West wanted to come in, pushing their human rights and their crazy LGBTQ theories on Africa, and Africa pushed out and said, nope, enough. We want sanity. We need sanity, and we haven't been getting it. Now we're seeing insanity in like we've never seen it before coming from the West, and we're out. Putin, where are you at? Lavrov, come on in. And now we're seeing Russia and Burkina Faso in many other countries in Africa taming things down and saying, okay, let's get to the basics. Let's get to how prosperity is made. Secure your country. Africa's saying, yep, we got this. And they do have it. They do have it. You know what? All in all, I say the African people have come through this so fast and furious with such disdain to do all this, and they've done it without firing a single shot in war. They've done this in the spirit, and they put God ahead of the money and the man and all those things that were coming from the world banks and things like that. They're going against the grain. They're saying, we're starting things over. We're going to start from scratch, and this time we're writing our own book. It's just a pleasure and a blessing to see it. I want to say thank you all for watching. One love. Spread the message, because that mainstream media out there is trying to make Africa, they're trying to color them into being something, they're doing something that they're not supposed to be doing, when they are starting to finally doing what they should have been doing a long time ago. So this generation, young and old and all those in between in Africa, are taking control of their country once again, putting in the leadership. Finally, the leadership is stepping up over there, because they're being held accountable by the people of Africa. One love. And I want to see this world in one love one day. And part of that is, a big part of that is that 1.4 billion people in Africa saying enough is enough. Watch this.